Lesson number 27 is another note speller, but what we're really doing here is we're working on our major scales, okay? So let's start off by writing our name at the top of the page, all right? Again, what we're doing here is we're spelling the notes, and then we're going to write in the correct key signature on each line. So let's spell the notes first. We have a B flat, C, D. I'm going to do this really fast because I'm just using every letter name, and then whenever I have a flat sign, I write it in the box. Now back down. Doesn't get much easier than that. Now, how do you find the key signature for that major scale? Basically, all you have to do is go through that line and figure out what the accidentals are for all of the notes in that major scale. So if I have a B flat and I have an E flat, let me keep looking here. Do I have anything else? No, B's and E's. So I know that B and E is the order that I want my key signature to go in. So I have a B flat and an E flat. So that is your key signature. Number two, let's spell the notes. Now I'm looking at the line, I see nothing, no accidental. So this key signature is going to be very simple. Nothing. Okay, so this is a C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Back down, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. So I know my musical alphabets forwards and backwards, so very, very simple. I could have given you something a lot harder than the C major scale, but sometimes just learning where all of those natural, or your positions, your fingerings, and all that stuff for your major scales is really important. So go back through, hit the stop button, color in all of your fingerings for each of those notes in both of those scales, or your slide positions on trombone, and then let's go on to the second half of lesson number 27. The second half of lesson number 27 deals with transposition. And if you play trombone, baritone, tuba, or bassoon, you really don't have to learn that much about transposing a note from one note to another, but there are a lot of instruments that do, and that's why I include it here. Basically, when many instruments in the band play a written pitch, okay, that's not the same as the actual pitch that sounds. So if I'm on a B flat trumpet and I play a B flat, what's actually, the tone that's actually coming out is a C. So any instrument that has a letter name in front of it, okay, what that letter name, if they play that letter name, they're actually sounding a C. All right, you really don't have to know all of this, but you just know that an E flat alto saxophone, when they play an E flat, the note that is sounding is a C. Or a B flat clarinet, that note is a, play a B flat, they sound a C. All right, so can you name 3 instruments of the band that have a note name in front of their instrument? All right, so I have said a couple of them. B flat, how about trumpet? Okay, there's one that's an F that is called an F horn. A lot of times we call it a French horn, but F, when they play an F on their instrument, a C will sound. And then there is the E flat alto sax. Okay, so each one of those instruments have to really kind of learn how to transpose notes to find a concert pitch. It's a lot to deal with, but for baritones, trombones, tubas, and bassoons, you are in concert pitch. Your instrument is already pitched in C, so you don't really have to worry about this too much. But what you do sometimes is transpose a note an octave. So sometimes if I'm playing a really high note, a band director might say, can you just transpose that down an octave and play that whole section down an octave? That is really pretty useful skill to have. So as we're going through here, what I'm doing is writing, using the key signature, writing the note name in, and I'm transposing up an octave. So I'm using the same note. So this is an A. A is written down here, but I'm going to transpose it and write an A up here. So that is an octave, an A to A. is an octave, and I'm transposing up 8 notes. So here's a C. All right, so if I'm thinking C, it would be up here. Or I could transpose, well, I'm asking you to go up, so you can't transpose down. All right, G. All right, transpose up, you just draw the G that's up an octave. Here's an A flat, so here's an A, we already did that once, but then we add the flat sign. Here's a D, so A, B, C, D would be above that ledger line. Okay, a C, and an A, which we already did. Okay, now the next one, 12 through 19, same thing, but now we have a key signature, B flat, E flat, and A flat. All right, so any one of these, we have to make sure that we name the pitch correctly. So this first one, we're going down an octave, so this is a B, but it's B flat. So then I draw a B flat here. So I don't have to put a flat sign because it's in the key signature. But I do have to name it correctly. So this is an A flat. And then I draw an A. My key signature takes care of that flat. This is a C. Draw a C. This is an A natural. Okay, so here's my A. I have to say natural because the A is flat in the key signature. Okay, so I have to draw my A naturals. This is a G, G down here. This is a F sharp. So down here is my F sharp. Made that really messy. This is a D. So my D will be here. Is it D flat? Nope. Here's an A, but my key signature tells me it's an A flat. So I have to draw my A flat, my A with a flat sign down there. Okay, so transposing for your instrument is not that incredibly difficult. You just take the same note name and go up an octave or down an octave, okay? It's much harder if you play E flat alto sax or F horn or B flat trumpet. You have to transpose all the time to find a concert pitch, okay? So just get all of that down and make sure that you have it down before you move on.